I'm going to be very hydrated after this video. In today's video, we are going to compare two of the most popular and talked about electrolyte powders, Liquid IV and LMNT. I have seen these two electrolyte powders everywhere. So many different influencers are talking about both of these, and they are very similar, yet very different. So let's compare to see which one is better. I'm a big fan of electrolyte powders. I always struggle with hydration. Migraines are something that I've just been struggling with for quite a while, and making sure I'm adequately hydrated is key to preventing migraines for me. So I've pretty much tried them all. I've tried so many flavors of both of these, but we're going to compare the ingredients. We're also going to taste test a couple new ones, and we're going to go over cost, accessibility, pretty much everything. So you will know which one to purchase if you're on the market for a new electrolyte powder. So let's get a little scientific and let's look at the ingredients for each of these. Before we jump into tasting them, I want to see which one has the better ingredients, because that's really the most important thing here, right? Also, I'm going to be comparing the original Liquid IV, the sugar-free Liquid IV, and then the LMNT, because LMNT is sugar-free. I know sugar is a hot topic, so I know Liquid IV came out with their sugar-free version, and we'll compare that one too. Let's start with Liquid IV. Here is what the nutritions look like. They're packed with vitamins. It has sodium and potassium, all things that are said to help with hydration. The original is sweetened with cane sugar and stevia. The sugar-free version is sweetened with allulose. I believe this one's probably sweetened with stevia to balance it, because sometimes stevia does have like that stevia aftertaste. But here's the original Liquid IV. Here's the sugar-free version. So the vitamins are pretty much the same, but this one does not have any sugar. And the percentages of vitamins are a little bit different. And last, this one is the LMNT. So as you will see, this one doesn't have those extra vitamins. It's sweetened with stevia, and this one has magnesium. Okay, so let's compare. So the Liquid IV has 500 milligrams of sodium, while the LMNT has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So sodium is very important to hydration. Sometimes it can border on too much sodium. It really depends on what's in your diet. This one also has magnesium. So LMNT advertises as having the perfect balance of those electrolytes, the potassium, sodium, and magnesium, to be the ideal hydration. Now this one has other vitamins that do help with overall hydration. Like this one has vitamin B12, vitamin C, a lot of added things that the LMNT does not. So purely comparing the originals, this one has 11 grams of sugar, this one has no sugar, but of course you can get the sugar-free version of Liquid IV as well. We will compare the taste test later on. So in terms of ingredients, I didn't see any ingredients that were really awful. Besides, maybe you can make the argument that this has a lot of sugar and this has a lot of salt. But overall, I do think they use pretty good sweeteners, and there's nothing too crazy in either one of these. Next up, let's compare price and accessibility. So I ran the numbers. I went to the Liquid IV site as well as the LMNT site to compare pricing, although prices do vary depending on where you get them, and I will share where I've seen the best deals per unit. So Liquid IV, according to their site, they sell a 16 bag for $24.99. That equates to $1.56 per serving. Now their sugar-free is actually more expensive. On their website, they sell a 14 unit bag for $25.99, which equates to about $1.86 per serving. Now LMNT, I went to their website. Their basic package is in a bigger package. You could get a pack of 30 for $45. So that is $1.50 per unit. Comparing just the originals, they are very comparable in price, but I know accessibility is a major key. You could get Liquid IV at Costco. Costco is definitely the best price per unit, especially when they're running a sale. I've seen these Costco packs of Liquid IV go on sale for about $21 to $22, and there are 30 servings in here, so that's about 70 cents a serving. Definitely a good deal. I am a Costco gal. When things are on sale at Costco, I feel like they're asking me to purchase them. They do sell the sugar-free version at Costco as well, but the lemon lime flavor is the only flavor that they do have there. So of course you can't try every flavor at Costco. You kind of have to pick whatever they have there, but they do have quite a few to choose from, which is key. Now LMNT. I have never seen LMNT at my typical grocery store, but they do sell LMNT on Thrive Market. I do recognize that you need a membership for Thrive Market, but I definitely saw the best price there at Thrive. At Thrive Market, I've seen the best price for a 30 serving at $40. That equates to about $1.33 per serving. Something else I will shout out though is Thrive Market sometimes has LMNT as a free gift. So if you do just want to try it, sometimes they do run that promotion, so I would keep an eye out on that on Thrive. I've never seen this discounted anywhere else. I have seen Liquid IV at Target and other grocery stores. Okay, so now let's do a taste test on two flavors I've never tried. So from LMNT, I have tried their raspberry salt and their orange salt, both of which I really liked. I've never tried their citrus salt or their watermelon salt. So let's compare watermelon. We're also going to taste test the lemon lime sugar-free from Liquid IV. And for Liquid IV, since I've actually sampled so many of their flavors at Costco, again, love Costco, I actually picked up this from Target. It's just a 3-pack, and this is in their flavored Concord grape. I love grape flavored things. I will say though, buying the 3-pack at Target is not cost effective at all. This was very expensive for what it is. But hey, if you want to try a flavor before buying too many of them, it's nice that they give that option, right? So just comparing them, they are all powders. There's definitely more powder in the one that has sugar in it. This one is a lot smaller. I wish I had 2 of the same glasses, but for some reason I cannot find all of our glasses. They're all like mismatched. But we're gonna try the same amount of water in each, and I'm gonna fill up this full cup. I actually want to do this right. Both packets recommend mixing with 16 ounces. This one says 16 or 32 ounces, which I actually really like because, pro tip, I actually dilute my electrolytes quite a bit because I actually find them quite potent. So getting extra water, that's always great. But I'm going to compare them both in 16 ounces. So I have my water bottle here that has measurements. This has 32 ounces in it. So I'm gonna pour 16 ounces in one cup and 16 ounces in the other. Okay, luckily I was able to find another glass that matched because the other glass was actually a little too small. But we'll do the first 2 and then we'll do the sugar-free one on its own. Let's start with the LMNT. Here we go. This one smells really good. It smells like watermelon candy. Okay, I want to see if this one tastes salty to me because when I tried the raspberry salt, I did feel like it was a little salty and also really sour. But before we try this one, let's mix our grape. So this is Liquid IV grape. It smells really sweet, like grape Kool-Aid. So as you can see, this one definitely has more powder. Here's the LMNT, here is Liquid IV. LMNT looks like it does have a little bit of white powder on the bottom, and then the Liquid IV has a little bit of sugar, but both did a really good job of dissolving. Let's start with the LMNT. Yeah, this is strong. I usually will drink them very diluted. I could definitely taste the salt, and it is a little bit sour. Yeah, when you don't dilute these, I can definitely taste the salt. It does have a nice watermelon flavor though, and maybe if I was really dehydrated, I wouldn't even taste the salt, but the watermelon is pretty salty. Here is the Liquid IV. Oh yeah, way sweeter and way more mild actually. They're both equally sweet. I will say the LMNT was a little sour, a little salty, but I didn't find the sweetness to be like fake sugar sweet. It actually was a really, really good sweet flavor. Liquid IV has a very mild Kool-Aid flavor, and to me it's not salty at all, especially compared to LMNT. So just comparing these 2 flavors, I definitely would prefer the Liquid IV grape over the watermelon salt from LMNT. However, keeping in mind all the different flavors I've tried from both brands and typically diluting them a little bit more, which one has the best taste? So Liquid IV definitely has a better flavor selection, and their flavors, in my opinion, are always spot on. They always taste really good to me. LMNT, I remember really liking their orange salt, but their raspberry salt was a little sour to me. So I would say in terms of taste, it would go to Liquid IV. LMNT is definitely not bad though, especially if you dilute it. Yeah, but I can see why they're like 16 or 32 ounces because 16, it's too much. So I cleaned out one of the glasses. Let's try the Liquid IV sugar-free to the original Liquid IV. Here is their sugar-free. I want to see if I can taste the difference between the no sugar version. So the sugar-free is definitely less powder, and I'm not getting those little granulations as much on the bottom. Still a little bit, but not too much. All right, let's try the lemon lime sugar-free. Yeah, it's good. I feel like it has a very mild flavor. Yeah, I think this is a really pleasant flavor, and it doesn't have that fake sugar aftertaste. Comparing it to the sugar version, yeah, I would say the sugar version, you can tell just a little bit that it has more of that natural sugar sweetness, but I would say not enough to make this one taste bad. I'd probably say the sugar-free Liquid IV is the winner here because it's sugar-free. Some of my favorite flavors from Liquid IV are their tropical punch. Really like this grape one. Golden cherry. I love the golden cherry. Okay, so all things considered, I would say upon researching sodium content in electrolyte beverages, I would say LMNT would probably be the winner for high intensity workouts or any occasion where you'll actually be losing sweat, such as hot and humid environments. or working out a lot in which you are sweating, because you are losing a lot of salt when you're sweating that much, and the salt that the Element has really helps replenish that and helps with your muscles hold on to the water. Now, if you're drinking this on a daily basis, I actually would recommend Liquid IV. It has more daily vitamins with less of that crazy high amount of sodium. And if you're eating a normal diet, like I like salty foods, I don't necessarily worry about not getting enough salt in my diet because of how much salt I just normally eat. I feel like sometimes you can go overboard in salt, and that makes me a little nervous. Now, I will say there's a lot of conversation around sugar content and cutting out sugar, because sugar is just something that is just like undebatably not great for us. Now, although I do think the original Liquid IV, the pros do outweigh the cons of like 11 grams of sugar. That's really not that much in the grand scheme of things. They do have that sugar-free version that does still taste great. So I would say that one is the real winner here if you can find it on sale at Costco. I like drinking electrolytes for day-to-day usage. Also, if you're drinking alcohol, it's also a really good replenishment because you're just naturally dehydrated after a night out. And so I think both of these would be great options. But for me, the overall pick for me would be Liquid IV. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and if you've tried either of these brands before. Definitely comment down below. If you like this video and want to see more comparisons of super popular and talked about products, make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. That whole time, this boy was sleeping right behind me. I almost tripped over him.
Yeah, it's you. I was talking to you. Were you sleeping? Big sleep guy.